Hello, lovely viewers. You are most welcome to our channel Poetry Online. In this video, we shall be presenting to you the expected comprehension questions and how to answer them. Kindly subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get updates on all our new videos. Once again, let us assure you of a very interesting discussion. Get ready for this lesson. The comprehension test of Waec examination tests candidates on some key areas. Even though the comprehension passage changes from year to year, the area of emphasis remains the same. Questions will be set around the following key areas. 1. Content questions. Inferential questions. Vocabulary questions. Literature questions. Grammatical names and functions. Let's now discuss them one after the other, starting with content questions. Most questions demand candidates to answer a direct question from the passage. In this type of questions, candidates are expected to give some direct answers to questions from the comprehension passage. Here, 0 shall be awarded to candidates who present answers to direct questions in the exact form as the original text. The purpose of a comprehension passage is to test your ability to understand the passage and not your ability to reproduce the exact words of the writer, or to identify the main ideas of the writer. No, comprehension test is not a mere test of identification of main ideas, but your ability to identify and produce them in your own words. However, in writing the answers in your own words, the main idea should be retained. With these questions, answers are directly and explicitly available in the passage. Most of these questions take the WH items such as who, where, when, why, etc. These questions are also called direct or factual questions. Again, with direct questions, candidates are not expected to present their own opinions or ideas as answers. 0 shall be awarded to candidates who do so. Always remember that answers to direct questions are always found in the passage. Let's consider this example. Antiaraba has won the hearts of many in the community by her good deeds and kindness. It was therefore sad to hear of her sudden death. Antiaraba has won the hearts of many in the community by her good deeds and kindness. It was therefore sad to hear of her sudden death. Let's consider this question. Mention 2 admirable qualities of Antiaraba. Candidates will present answers such as goodness, kindness, good deeds will be marked wrong. These answers are correct. However, don't present one-word answers. Present your answers in sentences, such as, Antiaraba is a good woman. She is a kind woman. She is well known for her good deeds. Let's consider this passage. Kofi was my friend in senior high school. That was 20 years ago. I still remember our first year in school. That's 1996. We won the National Independence Debate Competition, organized by the then Minister of Education, who was Kofi's role model and mentor. It is therefore not surprising that Kofi is now the Minister of Education. The passage again. Kofi was my friend in senior high school. That was 20 years ago. I still remember our first year in school. That's 1996. We won the National Independence Debate Competition, organized by the then Minister of Education, who was Kofi's role model and mentor. It is therefore not surprising that Kofi is now the Minister of Education. Let's answer the following questions. Who won the Independence Debate Competition? When did Kofi go to senior high school? What indication is there that the speaker is remembering the past? Quote an expression from the passage to indicate that Kofi is successful. Candidates are expected to present answers like 1. Who won the independence debate competition? Expected answer: Kofi and his friend, or Kofi and the writer. Candidates who present answers like Kofi will be marked wrong. When did Kofi go to senior high school? Expected answer: Kofi went to senior high school in the year 1996. Candidates who present 1996 as answers will be marked wrong. What indication is there that the speaker is remembering the past? I still remember our first year in school. That's 1996. Therefore, we can confidently say that this passage is a recollection of what happened years ago. Quote an expression in the passage to indicate that Kofi is successful. Kofi is now the Minister of Education. You put this in quotation marks. Candidates who write this without quotation marks will be marked wrong. Always remember that answers to direct questions are always found in the passage. Therefore, we don't expect candidates to present their own opinions or ideas about what they think of the passage. No, candidates who do that will be marked wrong, or they will score 0 for presenting answers that are not found in a passage. Also, candidates will be expected to replace certain words in the passage. This is the aspect of the comprehension test most candidates do not always get right. In every comprehension passage, certain words are underlined, and candidates are expected to provide words or phrases which can replace the underlined word in the context in which it has been used in the passage. This aspect of the comprehension test dwells heavily on contextual meaning of words and not their dictionary meaning. The first thing candidates have to note is the word class of the underlined word. Is the word a noun, a verb, an adverb, or an adjective? If the underlined word is a noun, then your answer shall equally be a noun. Same applies to the other word classes. What it simply means is that if the underlined word is a verb, the word you are replacing it with should also be a verb. If the underlined word is an adverb or an adjective, you should equally replace it with an adverb or an adjective respectively. If the underlined word is a verb, then you have to replace the underlined word with respect to tenses. If the verb is in the present form, then your answer should also be in the present tense. If the word is in the past tense, then your answer should also be in the past tense. Let's consider this example. He vacated his premises. He vacated his premises. The underlined word here is vacated, which is a verb. Vacated is in the past tense. We all know vacated in this sentence means to leave. However, the underlined word is in the past tense and cannot be replaced with the present tense. Therefore, you cannot replace the word with he leave his premises. No, this is grammatically incorrect. The correct answer should be he left his premises. The past tense of the word leave. Left. He left his premises. Also, in a situation where a word is underlined closer to an article, the candidate is expected to present answers that can go with the article. Let's consider this example. Tourism plays a significant role in the socio-economic development of Ghana. Tourism plays a significant role in the socio-economic development of Ghana. The underlined word is significant. In this situation, the underlined word is closer to an article, a significant role. The possible synonyms every candidate will be thinking of are important, crucial, essential, and vital. So, let's fix them in the sentence and see if they go alongside with the article. Tourism plays an important role in the socio-economic development of Ghana. Tourism plays an important role in the socio-economic development of Ghana. This sentence is grammatically incorrect. Let's go to the next sentence. Tourism plays an essential role in the socio-economic development of Ghana. Tourism plays an essential role in the socio-economic development of Ghana. This sentence is equally incorrect. Let's go to the next sentence. Tourism plays a vital role in the socio-economic development of Ghana. Tourism plays a vital role in the socio-economic development of Ghana. Therefore, we can say with all certainty that the word vital is most appropriate in replacing the word significance. Let's consider this example. You don't have to conceal such sensitive issues from your parents. You don't have to conceal such sensitive issues from your parents. The underlined word is conceal. You don't have to conceal such sensitive issues from your parents. So, we can replace the underlined word with hide. You don't have to hide such sensitive issues from your parents. You don't have to hide such sensitive issues from your parents. However, candidates who replace the underlined word with words such as cover, close, secret will be marked wrong. Let's consider them in a sentence. You don't have to cover such sensitive issues from your parents. You don't have to close such sensitive issues from your parents. You don't have to secret such sensitive issues from your parents. All these words are grammatically incorrect. Hence, we can't replace them with the underlined word conceal. Let's consider this passage. Jane is my intimate friend. As a young and attractive girl of 22, she works in a reputable company that is admired by all in the community. Jane is my intimate friend. As a young and attractive girl of 22, she works in a reputable company that is admired by all in the community. The underlined words in this passage are intimate, attractive, reputable, admired. Candidates will be expected to replace them with words such as Jane is my close friend or Jane is my bosom friend. As a young and beautiful girl of 22, she works in a reputable company. She works in a respected company that is admired by all in the community, that is loved by all in the community. Candidates who replace them with words such as Jane is my tight friend will be marked wrong. As a young and sexy girl of 22, this word is inappropriate in the context in which it is used. She works in a reputable company. She works in a big company will also be marked wrong. That is watched by all in the community. That is watched and all in the community will be marked wrong. Hence, in replacing the words, we don't replace them based on their dictionary definition. No, we replace them based on the contextual use of the words. You consider the context in which the words have been used, then you replace them accordingly. This is not just a test for nearest to meaning or to test your ability to replace them with their equivalent or synonyms. No, this is a test to replace them with words that agree with the context and are intersubstitutable in the context in which it has been used. Most questions demand candidates to answer an inferential question from the passage. These are questions that oblige candidates to read between the lines before they answer them. With inferential questions, answers are not explicitly stated in the passage. Questions on inferential questions are slightly difficult. These questions requires you to understand the passage very well enough to be able to work out its implication. Answers to inferential questions are gotten through drawing of logical conclusion of the passage. Let's consider this example. Mr. Musa is a teacher. He teaches at Salaga DA Primary School. Every morning, apart from weekends, he prays quickly and goes straight to the school. Mr. Musa is a teacher. He teaches at Salaga DA Primary School. Every morning, apart from weekends, he prays quickly and goes straight to the school. Questions. Where does Mr. Musa teach? On which days doesn't he go to school? Expected answers. He teaches Salaga DA Primary School. Or Mr. Musa teaches Salaga DA Primary School. Candidates who present answers like Salaga DA Primary School will be marked wrong. On which days doesn't he go to school? Mr. Musa doesn't go to school on Saturday and Sunday. He doesn't go to school on Saturday and Sunday. Did the passage tell us that he doesn't go to school on Saturday and Sunday? No, the passage did not inform us that he doesn't go to school on Saturday and Sunday. But hey there, watch carefully. Mr. Musa is a teacher. He teaches at Salaga DA Primary School. Every morning, apart from weekends. Every morning, apart from weekends. So, Mr. Musa goes to school every morning, apart from weekends. And which days fall under the weekends? Saturday and Sunday. Therefore, if you ask, on which day doesn't he go to school? The answer is Saturday and Sunday. Those are the days he doesn't go to school. Some questions demand candidates to answer a literature-related question. Yes, some questions demand candidates to answer a literature-related question. Usually, candidates are asked to tell what literal devices are present in certain statements underlined in the passage. It is important for candidates to learn the literal devices. These devices are learned better in context than just rattling definitions of simile, personification, metaphor, and oxymoron. Let's consider these examples. After several days in the fitter's shop, his car engine finally coughed. After several days in the fitter's shop, his car engine finally coughed. This is an example of a personification, a car engine coughing, giving human attributes to a car engine. Example 2. Parting is such a sweet sorrow. Parting is such a sweet sorrow. This is an example of an oxymoron, the use of two contradictory words, sweet sorrow. Next example. 10,000 buckets of water can't clean the dirt on the madman's body. 10,000 buckets of water on the madman's body. This is an example of a hyperbole. There is a deliberate attempt to exaggerate the number of buckets that are needed to clean the dirt on the madman's body, or a deliberate attempt to exaggerate the dirt on the madman's body. Next example. He joined our silent ones. He joined our silent ones. This is an example of a euphemism. Instead of saying he died, the speaker said he joined our silent ones. Some questions require candidates to give the meaning of a phrasal verb or idiomatic expression in the passage. Yes, some questions will demand candidates to provide the meaning of certain underlined phrasal verbs in the passage. This calls for a proper understanding of phrasal verbs used in our day-to-day conversation. Let's consider this example. They tried to put out the fire, but their effort was in vain. They tried to put out the fire, but their effort was in vain. Put out in this extract means to extinguish. They tried to extinguish the fire, but their effort was in vain. Candidates who replace put out with the word off or kill will be marked wrong. They tried to off the fire. They tried to kill the fire. Such expressions are wrong. Therefore, do not replace put out with expressions like put off or kill. Let's consider this passage. All the voters turned out in spite of the heavy rains to vote against the boastful candidate. All the voters turned out in spite of the heavy rains to vote against the boastful candidate. The underlined expression is turned out. Turned out in this extract means came out. All the voters came out in spite of the heavy rains to vote against the boastful candidates. Also, candidates are expected to determine the attitude of the writer in a given passage. You will be expected to determine the attitude of a writer in a given passage. In determining the attitude of a writer in the passage, the candidate should examine the writer's choice of words, thus, the writer's diction. The writer's attitude could be that of admiration, disgust, sympathy, sorrow, hatred, indifference, etc. All depends on his choice of words. Candidates are expected to answer some grammar-related questions. These are the type of questions that candidates consider difficult when it comes to comprehension passage. But hey there, these questions are simple if you understand them. These are questions which are intended to measure the knowledge of candidates on basic grammar. Usually, candidates are asked to give the grammatical name of underlined expressions in a passage and their grammatical functions. We have videos on grammatical names and functions. Please go through our channel playlist and get a detailed explanations of how to identify grammatical names and their functions. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video.